This is the moment a work night out ended in murder. Attacked by a complete stranger as he stood at the bar, Phillip Sherrif's life snatched away in an instant. The father of two had travelled to London from his home near Preston for a promotional party organised by his company Blackberry. Singer Jessie J had just performed. A number of other celebrities had also been there. 26-year-old Ashley Charles, a graphic designer, had come down from Leicester. What happened that night was caught on the club's CCTV. The jury was shown footage of Charles jostling to get his free beer. Clearly annoyed, he's seen repeatedly squaring up to the victim before trying to snatch his mobile phone. He becomes increasingly aggressive, shouting in his face before lashing out again. And seconds later, he grabs the victim's bottle from his hand before plunging it into his neck. Phillip Sherrif died 4 days later in hospital. As the guilty verdict was read out, Ashley Charles shook his head and looked to the floor whilst Phillip Sherrif's widow wept. The judge told Charles he destroyed so much that was good in that family. He'd taken the life of a decent, hard-working family man.
I've always known that, whatever the outcome of today, nothing will fill the massive hole left in my life when Phil was so brutally taken away from us. However, I'm glad that justice has been done today. I would like to thank my family and friends who have helped me through the most darkest days imaginable. Now I face the challenge of moving on to the next chapter of my life.
Ashley Charles, although he's shown some remorse, that's mainly been for himself and not for actually Phillip Sherrif. Phillip Sherrif has died in a way that's too ghastly for any of us really to describe now. I'd ask people to try and remember Phillip Sherrif, remember what happened to him, and if they can, just manage to perhaps walk away from that situation and prevent somebody dying in the way Phillip Sherrif died.
Supported by family and friends, Phillip Sherrif's widow has now launched a campaign to ban glass bottles from pubs and clubs. More than 100,000 people have already signed her petition. At the Old Bailey today, Ashley Charles was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum of 14 years. But his victims' family say their lives will never be the same again. MEL BARHAM, London Tonight, the Old Bailey.